Hey guys, just want to show you a video of how to fix your Flysky FS-GT3C. A lot of times these scroll wheels stop working. There's a lot of people on forums and online talking about these buttons not working. And even out of the box, brand new. A lot of times this scroll wheel button, it scrolls, but it doesn't click. And it happened to two of mine. I had an orange one, and that one worked for about, I'd say, a year. Maybe a year and a half before it started giving me issues, and then after about 2 years, it was almost unusable. So I decided to buy a new one. I'm like, well, you know, it lasted me a couple years. It was only 50 bucks, and I love these remotes. They're great remotes. They're absolutely awesome. So I bought another one, bought a silver one, and right out of the box, did the same thing. It didn't. It almost didn't work at all. And within, I don't know, I'd say a day or two, it just stopped. Completely stopped working completely. So I looked around and I'm trying to find these videos. I know there's a lot of videos online about how to fix the FS-GT3B. There's button problems with those or whatever with the switches, and there's people that fix them, but there's not a single video online that I found how to fix the GT3C. So anyway, I just want to explain to you guys real quick how I did it. Unfortunately, I already did the procedure, so I can't really show you step by step, but I can tell you what to do. And I promise this works, man. It really does. You just gotta do what I say, and it'll work. So anyway, if you got the problem with the button like I had, or any other button, these are all using the same buttons, the same switches. Even the scroll wheel, these side switches, all these buttons here, they all use the same exact switch. So anyway, what you want to do is you want to open it up. There's 3 screws right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 2 on the bottom, 3 on top. You got to remove the grip. Under the grip, there's another screw there. Once you get all of those out, you want to come up here, and there's 2 little rubber buttons here. You want to pop them rubber buttons out, those seals, and there's 2 screws under there. Once you get those out, you want to take out these 2, and these are Allen's. The rest are Phillips. These are the 2 only Allen screws that are on this. So you pull those 2 out, and this handle will actually pop off. It clips. It's got a little clip on the bottom. It pops off, and once you get that out, this whole remote should come apart. You got to be very careful because once you get the top lid off this, you got to be careful that you don't break the antenna. It almost happened to me. It's not soldered on there very well. So if you're flexing it around and ripping it around, you will break your antenna off, and then you have to resolder it. Like one of my old remotes, I had to do that, and it's not fun soldering them because they're very small. So anyway, once you get it apart, like I say, be very careful. There is a circuit board with this display on it that actually mounts to the top of this face here on the inside. And I think there's like 6 very small Phillips screws. You got to pull them off and actually pull the circuit board off the top of this top piece. Once you do that, you expose all the circuits, and you'll see where the scroll wheel is. There is a little plastic cap that kind of holds the wheel in place. There's 2 screws. You want to pop that cap off, and once you get that cap off, you'll be able to pull this wheel right off, and you'll be able to see the button. The button is on this lower side here, and that's what gives it the click. Once you get down to that button or any of the other buttons, you'll be able to get to all of these buttons once you peel that board off the back of this. It's not rocket science. If you could take things apart and put them together, I mean, as long as you're delicate and gentle and you remember where the screws go, just organize yourself, you'll be fine. So once you get down to that, get some of this corrosionX. I swear by this stuff, man. It absolutely works. It's unbelievable how well this stuff works. I shit you not. It's amazing. It'll blow your mind how well it works, especially on electronics and switches and even lubricating bearings and stuff. I lubricate all the bearings on my trucks with it. I protect all my electronics. I squirt it in all the bullet holes and connectors and all that, and it actually waterproofs it as well. So anyway, I'm not going to get too far into that, but you want to get some corrosionX. You could probably use some kind of electrical contact cleaner, but I would use what I use because I know it works. The electrical contact cleaner, it might work, but it might not keep it working for a long time. You might have to get in there and spray it, you know, maybe every month or so, whereas this, it's good for at least a year, and you might never have to do it again. I'm not sure. I haven't got that far yet. But anyway, just take it, give it a little shot on that button. Once you get in there, take the straw and give it a little shot right on the button, and kind of let it soak in. And you want to press the button, and rapidly a bunch of times. I don't know how many times they did it. Do it like 100 times. Give it maybe another little shot. Press the button again a bunch of times. And what I did is I test fitted. I just put the battery in there to test it, why it was all apart. Just make sure you don't short nothing out. Make sure there's nothing touching metal to metal. Make sure, and then put the battery in there, power it up, and test it. Make sure it's working. If it's not working yet, give it another shot and press it a bunch more times. But usually within the first or second application, it'll start working. And then once it starts working, you can put it back together. And as you see now, like I said, this was brand new. And after the second day, the button did not work at all. So now, as you can see, every single time the button works. If I scroll over here, every single time it works. It's just amazing. So, like I say, that's one of the biggest flaws about these remotes. They're a great remote, but I don't think they spend a lot of money with the switches and the wiring and all that, maybe the soldering. They're very small wires in there, so as long as you're delicate, you know how to take things apart, you know, you be careful with it, you spray down all your switches. I actually just did them all, just because, since they're the same style, I figured if this one can start doing it, then the rest can too. So I sprayed them all right along the board, and I worked them all in, and I put it back together, and honestly, I think it's going to be good for years to come now. And you know what, if it ever starts doing it again, I'll take it apart and I'll spray it again. But it saved me another $50 because I was already out of the warranty, and I really didn't want to ship it back anyway because it's just a hassle to try to ship back. You know, I actually bought it off a seller off eBay. But you know, that's how you fix it. So I hope this works for you guys, and leave comments below, and like and subscribe.